welcome back to the USA English podcast. We are absolutely thrilled to have you here with us today for another practical and engaging English lesson. I'm Erica.
And I'm Marco. On this channel, our mission is to help you speak English naturally, confidently, and clearly through real, everyday conversations. Today's topic is something everyone needs to practice.
That's right. Today we're talking about how to talk about your day in English with real-life conversation practice and daily routine vocabulary.
Talking about your day is one of the most common things we do in English. Whether you're catching up with friends, chatting with family, or making small talk at work, you need to describe your daily activities clearly and naturally.
But many learners struggle with this. They don't know the right vocabulary, they mix up tenses, or they don't know how to make their descriptions sound interesting and fluent.
Today, we're going to fix all of that. We'll cover morning routines, work and study activities, meal times, evening relaxation, and how to describe your feelings about your day.
And we'll give you real-life conversation practice so you can start using these phrases immediately.
If you enjoy learning with us, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss a lesson.
All right, Marco, let's get started. So, Marco, how was your day today?
You know what? Today was a really productive day. I woke up early, got a lot of work done, and even had time to exercise.
That's great to hear. What did you do this morning?
This morning, I woke up at 6:30, which is early for me. I took a shower, got dressed, and had a quick breakfast. I had a bowl of oatmeal with some fruit and a cup of green tea. Then I left the house around 7:30 and went to the office.
That sounds like a very organized start. What did you do at work?
At work, I had a meeting with my team. We discussed a new project and assigned tasks to everyone. After the meeting, I worked on a report. It took me about 2 hours to finish. I also answered a lot of emails and made a few phone calls.
That sounds like a busy morning. What did you do for lunch?
For lunch, I went to a small cafe near my office. I had a chicken sandwich and a salad. The food was delicious. I also took a short walk after lunch to get some fresh air.
That's a nice habit. What did you do in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, I had another meeting. This time it was with a client. The meeting went really well. The client was happy with our progress. After the meeting, I finalized a few documents and prepared for tomorrow's tasks.
What time did you finish work?
I finished work around 5:30. It was a long day, but I felt good because I accomplished a lot.
What did you do after work?
After work, I went to the gym. I did some cardio and weight training. It was a great workout. Then I went home, took a shower, and cooked dinner. I made grilled salmon with roasted vegetables. It was healthy and delicious.
That sounds wonderful. What did you do in the evening?
In the evening, I watched a documentary on TV. It was about ocean life and conservation. I found it very interesting. Then I read a book for about 30 minutes before going to bed.
How do you feel about your day overall?
I feel really satisfied. I was productive at work, I exercised, and I ate a healthy dinner. It was a well-balanced day.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. Let me tell you about my day now.
Please do.
Today was a more relaxed day for me. I worked from home, so I didn't have to commute. I woke up at 7:30, had a slow breakfast, and enjoyed my coffee while reading the news.
That sounds like a peaceful morning.
It was. In the morning, I answered emails and prepared lesson materials for my students. I also recorded a short video for my English class. I enjoyed it.
What did you do for lunch?
For lunch, I made a simple pasta dish with vegetables. I ate while watching a show on Netflix. It was a nice break.
What did you do in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, I had a video call with a friend who lives abroad. We talked for almost an hour. It was so nice to catch up with her. After the call, I did some reading and worked on my new project.
What did you do in the evening?
In the evening, I went for a walk in the park. The weather was beautiful. Then I came home, made tea, and listened to some music. I also wrote in my journal for a while.
How do you feel about your day?
I feel very relaxed and happy. It wasn't a very busy day, but it was full of simple joys. I'm grateful for days like this.
That sounds wonderful.
You know, the conversations we just had are exactly the kind of conversations people have every day. Talking about your day is a natural and important part of communication.
Absolutely. And that's why today's lesson is so important. Let's dive into our main lesson and teach our listeners how to talk about their day with confidence.
So, Marco, let's start with the most basic question. What tense do we use to talk about our day?
We use the present simple for habits and routines, things we do every day. For example, I wake up at 7 every morning. And we use the past simple for specific actions that happened today. For example, I woke up at 7 this morning.
So, when someone asks, "How was your day?" we usually use the past simple because we're talking about something that already happened.
Exactly. But when we talk about our daily routine in general, we use the present simple.
Now, let's break down how to talk about your day step by step. We'll start with the morning.
When you talk about your morning, you can start with this morning I. For example, this morning I woke up early, or this morning I had a busy start.
Other useful phrases are I got up at and I had breakfast. For example, I got up at 7 or I had toast and coffee for breakfast.
You can also talk about your morning routine. I took a shower, I brushed my teeth, I got dressed, and I left the house.
What if you had a chaotic morning? You could say, this morning was chaotic, or I had a stressful morning.
And you can give details like I woke up late, or I couldn't find my keys, or I missed the bus.
Now, let's talk about describing the afternoon and work or study time.
You can say, in the afternoon, for example, in the afternoon I had a meeting, or in the afternoon I studied for my exam.
Another common phrase is, I worked on, for example, I worked on a project, or I worked on my English.
You can also describe what happened. I had lunch with a friend, or I went to class, or I finished my report.
And if you had a break, you can say, I took a short break, or I went for a walk during my lunch break.
Now let's talk about the evening. This is often when people relax or socialize.
You can say, in the evening for example, in the evening I cooked dinner, or in the evening I watched TV.
Another common phrase is I went out or I stayed home. For example, I went out with friends, or I stayed home and relaxed.
You can also say, I had dinner at a restaurant, or I ordered takeout, or I made a homemade meal.
And if you did something fun, you can say, I watched a movie, I read a book, or I talked to my family.
Now let's talk about describing how you felt about your day. This makes your story more interesting.
You can say, today was a great day, or today was a busy day, or today was a relaxing day.
Another useful phrase is I felt. For example, I felt happy, or I felt tired, or I felt productive.
You can also say, I enjoyed my day, or I didn't enjoy my day, or I had a wonderful day.
Now let's talk about the sequence of events. This helps your story flow naturally.
Use words like first, then, after that, next, and finally. For example, first I woke up, then I had breakfast, after that I went to work.
Another useful word is later. For example, later in the afternoon I met a friend, or later that evening I watched a movie.
And you can use before and after. For example, before work I went to the gym, or after work I went home.
Now let's talk about asking questions about someone's day. This is how conversations start.
The most common question is, how was your day? You can also ask, what did you do today? Or did you have a good day?
Other useful questions are, what did you do this morning? What did you have for lunch? And did you do anything fun today?
And if you want to ask about feelings, you can say, how did you feel today? Or were you tired? Or did you enjoy your day?
Now let's give some sample answers to these questions. Let me start.
Sure. If someone asks, "How was your day?" you can say, "It was really productive," or "It was a bit tiring but good."
Another answer is, it was a great day. I enjoyed every moment. Or, it was okay, nothing special.
If someone asks, "What did you do today?" you can say, "I worked in the morning, had lunch with a friend, and relaxed in the evening."
Another answer is, I went to the gym, then went to work, and after work I watched a movie.
Now let's talk about common mistakes learners make when talking about their day.
One common mistake is using the present tense instead of the past. For example, saying, I go to work today instead of I went to work today.
Another mistake is forgetting irregular verb forms. For example, saying, I eat at breakfast instead of I ate breakfast.
And another mistake is forgetting time markers. For example, saying, I went to work without saying today or this morning.
So always use time markers like today, this morning, this afternoon, or this evening.
Now let's do a longer practice conversation about a full day. Let me start with a detailed story about my day.
Great. I'll ask you questions and you can answer in detail.
Sounds perfect.
So Erica, how was your day today?
Today was a really wonderful day. I woke up at 7 a.m., took a shower, and had a nice breakfast. I had scrambled eggs with toast and a cup of coffee. Then I went for a short walk before starting work.
That sounds like a lovely start. What did you do at work?
I worked from home today. In the morning, I answered emails and prepared a lesson for my students. I also had a video call with a colleague. We discussed our upcoming project.
What did you do for lunch?
For lunch, I made a big salad with grilled chicken. It was fresh and healthy. I ate while listening to a podcast. It was very relaxing.
What did you do in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, I taught an English class online. The students were very engaged and asked great questions. After the class, I worked on some lesson materials for next week.
What time did you finish work?
I finished work around 5. Then I went for a walk in the park. The weather was beautiful, and I felt so peaceful.
What did you do in the evening?
In the evening, I cooked dinner. I made a delicious pasta dish with a creamy sauce. Then I watched a movie and had some tea. I went to bed around 10:30, feeling very relaxed.
That sounds like a perfect day. How did you feel about today overall?
I felt very happy and content. I was productive, I ate well, and I had time to relax. It was a balanced and joyful day.
That's beautiful. Now let me describe my day in detail too.
Please do.
Today was a busy but good day. I woke up at 6, which is early for me. I took a shower, got dressed, and had a quick breakfast, just some cereal and milk. Then I left the house at 7 and went to the office.
Wow, that's early. What did you do at work?
At work, I had a meeting at 8. We discussed a new marketing campaign. The meeting went well. After that, I worked on a presentation for Friday. It took me most of the morning.
What did you do for lunch?
For lunch, I went to a restaurant with my colleagues. I had a burger and fries. It was delicious. We talked about work and also shared some funny stories.
That sounds nice. What did you do in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, I had another meeting. This time, it was with a client. The client gave us some positive feedback. After the meeting, I finalized the presentation and sent it to my manager.
What time did you finish work?
I finished work at 6. It was a long day, but I felt productive. Then I went to the gym and exercised for an hour.
What did you do in the evening?
In the evening, I went home, took a shower, and cooked dinner. I made chicken with vegetables. It was simple but tasty. Then I watched some TV and read a book. I went to bed around 11.
How did you feel about your day?
I felt tired but satisfied. I got a lot done at work, I exercised, and I had time to relax. It was a productive day.
That's wonderful. Now let's think about what we can learn from our stories.
Well, both of us used the past simple tense to describe our actions. We said woke up, had, went, worked, finished, cooked, and watched.
We also use time markers like today, this morning, in the afternoon, after work, and in the evening.
We used sequence words like first, then, after that, and finally to connect our actions.
And we also talked about our feelings, how we felt about the day, and what we enjoyed.
That's a complete and natural way to talk about your day.
Now, let's move to our extended vocabulary breakdown.
First word, routine. A routine is something you do regularly. For example, my morning routine includes coffee and reading.
Schedule is a plan of activities. For example, my schedule was very busy today.
Productive means getting a lot done. For example, today was a productive day.
Relaxing means calm and restful. For example, today was a relaxing day.
Commute is the trip to and from work. For example, my commute takes 30 minutes.
Break is a short rest. For example, I took a short break.
Meeting is a gathering to discuss something. For example, I had a meeting this morning.
Deadline is the time by which something must be finished. For example, I have a deadline tomorrow.
Overtime is extra work hours. For example, I worked overtime today.
Balance means having a good mix of work and rest. For example, I try to maintain a good balance.
Now, let's give more example sentences for each part of the day.
Let's start with morning examples. This morning, I woke up at 7. I took a shower. I had breakfast. I left the house at 8.
More morning examples. I brushed my teeth. I got dressed. I made coffee. I checked my phone. I listened to music on my way to work.
Now let's move to afternoon examples. In the afternoon, I had lunch. I went to a meeting. I worked on my project. I called my friend. I took a break.
More afternoon examples. I went shopping. I visited a museum. I studied for my exam. I wrote an email. I met my colleague.
Now let's move to evening examples. In the evening, I cooked dinner. I watched TV. I read a book. I went for a walk. I talked to my family.
More evening examples. I went to the gym. I met my friends. I played a game. I listened to music. I relaxed at home.
Now let's give examples of how to describe your feelings about your day.
Today was a great day. Today was busy but good. Today was relaxing. Today was stressful but I survived.
More feeling examples. I felt happy all day. I felt tired at the end of the day. I felt proud of myself. I felt grateful. I felt satisfied with my work.
Now let's give examples of questions you can ask about someone's day.
How was your day? What did you do today? Did you have a good day? What time did you wake up? Where did you go?
More question examples. What did you have for breakfast? Who did you meet? What did you do in the evening? Did you watch anything interesting? How did you feel?
Now let's give examples of how to say you didn't do something.
I didn't go to work today. I didn't see my friends. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't sleep well. I didn't feel well.
More negative examples. I didn't watch TV. I didn't have time. I didn't finish my work. I didn't go outside. I didn't call my family.
Now let's talk about how to describe a bad day.
You can say, "Today was a terrible day," or "Today was really stressful," or "I had a rough day today."
You can also say, "Nothing went right today," or "Everything went wrong," or "I wish I could redo today."
And you can explain why. For example, I lost my keys, missed the bus, and had a terrible meeting.
Now let's talk about how to describe a good day.
You can say, "Today was a wonderful day," or "I had such a great day today," or "Everything went perfectly."
You can also say, "I enjoyed every moment of today," or "I couldn't have asked for a better day."
And you can explain why. For example, I spent time with friends, ate delicious food, and felt so happy.
Now let's give a longer example of how to describe a full day in English.
Here's a full day example. Today was a really productive day. I woke up at 7, took a shower, and had a quick breakfast. I went to work at 8:30. In the morning, I had a meeting and answered emails. For lunch, I ate a sandwich at my desk. In the afternoon, I finished a big project. After work, I went to the gym and exercised for an hour. Then I went home, cooked dinner, and watched a movie. I went to bed at 11, feeling very satisfied.
That's a complete and natural description of a day.
Here's another example. Today was a relaxing day. I woke up late,
Around 9. I didn't have any plans, so I took my time. I had a big breakfast and read the news. In the afternoon, I went for a walk in the park. The weather was beautiful. I called my sister and we talked for a long time. In the evening, I made a simple dinner and watched a documentary. I went to bed feeling peaceful and grateful.
That's beautiful.
Now let's give some tips for improving your daily routine storytelling. Tip 1. Practice every day. Every evening, think about your day and describe it in English. Tip 2. Learn daily routine vocabulary. Make a list of words related to your daily activities. Tip 3. Use time markers. Always say when something happened. Tip 4. Use sequence words. Connect your ideas with first, then, after that, and finally.
Tips 5. Practice with a friend. Ask each other about your days and describe them in detail.
Tip 6. Listen to native speakers. Notice how they describe their days and copy their patterns.
Tip 7. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you practice, the better you'll get.
Now let's do one more extended sample conversation. Let's imagine someone asks you about your day and you give a detailed answer.
Okay, so how was your day today?
Today was actually a really interesting day. I woke up at 6:30 because I had an early meeting. I took a quick shower, had some cereal for breakfast, and left the house by 7:15. I arrived at the office at 8 and prepared for the meeting. The meeting lasted for 2 hours. After the meeting, I had lunch with my team. We went to a new restaurant and the food was amazing. In the afternoon, I worked on a report. It took me about 3 hours to finish. Then I had another short meeting at 4. After work, I went to the gym. I did some cardio and strength training. I felt really good after my workout. Then I went home, cooked a healthy dinner, and watched a movie. I was so tired that I fell asleep on the couch. I woke up around midnight and went to bed properly. Overall, it was a busy but satisfying day.
That's a fantastic example. It's detailed, has all the time markers, and describes feelings too.
Thank you. Now let's do another sample where the day wasn't so great.
Today was not my best day. I woke up late because my alarm didn't go off. I rushed to get ready and skipped breakfast. I missed the bus and had to wait for the next one, so I was late for work. My boss wasn't happy. Then I had a difficult meeting with a client. The client was unhappy with our work. I spent the whole afternoon trying to fix the problem. I didn't even have time for lunch. After work, I was so tired that I just went home and slept. I didn't even eat dinner. It was a really stressful day.
That's also a very natural description. It shows that not every day is perfect.
Exactly, and it's honest and real.
Now let's talk about how to talk about your day in different contexts.
In a formal context, you might say, "Today I attended a meeting with our international partners and finalized the agreement."
In an informal context, you might say, "Hey, I had a great day today. I went out with my friends and we had a blast."
In a journal, you might write, "Today was a beautiful day. I woke up early, went for a run, and spent the afternoon reading."
In a classroom, you might say, "Today I studied for my English exam. I practiced speaking and listening for 2 hours."
In a job interview, you might say, "Today I prepared a presentation for my team and received positive feedback."
So the language adapts to the context, but the basic structure is always the same.
Exactly. Now let's move to our final practice exercise.
I'm going to give a prompt, and you can describe your answer in detail.
Okay.
Prompt 1. Describe what you did today from morning to night.
This morning, I woke up at 7. I took a shower, got dressed, and had breakfast. I had toast with peanut butter and a cup of coffee. Then I left for work. I arrived at the office at 8:30. In the morning, I had a meeting and answered emails. For lunch, I went to a cafe and had a salad. In the afternoon, I worked on a project. I finished it around 5. After work, I went for a walk. The weather was really nice. Then I went home, cooked dinner, and watched a movie. I went to bed at 11.
Excellent. Prompt 2. Describe what you did today that was fun or enjoyable.
Today, I did something really fun. I went to the park with my friends. The weather was perfect.
sunny and warm. We had a picnic and played some games. We also took lots of photos. In the evening, we watched the sunset. It was so beautiful. I felt so happy and grateful for the day.
That sounds amazing. Prompt 3. Describe what you did today that was challenging.
Today, I faced a challenge at work. I had to present a report to a large group of people. I was very nervous. I spent the whole morning preparing my presentation. In the afternoon, I presented it. My voice was shaky at first, but I calmed down. In the end, the presentation went well. People asked good questions and gave positive feedback. I felt proud of myself for facing my fear.
That's a wonderful example of describing a challenge.
Now, let's summarize all the key points from today's lesson.
First, use the past simple tense to talk about what you did today.
Second, use the present simple to talk about your daily habits and routines.
Third, use time markers like this morning, in the afternoon, and this evening.
Fourth, use sequence words like first, then, after that, and finally.
Fifth, describe your feelings about the day.
Sixth, ask questions about other people's days.
Seventh, practice every day.
And finally, don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Now, we want to hear from you. This is our favorite part.
Yes, we love reading your comments. Our question of the day is, how was your day today?
I'll go first. Today was a productive day. I worked, exercised, and had a nice evening. I'm feeling satisfied.
That's a great answer. Today was a peaceful day for me. I worked from home, read a book, and went for a walk. It was relaxing.
See, we have different answers, and that's okay.
So viewers, we want to know about you. How was your day today?
You can write something like, today was a good day. I went to school, had lunch with my friends, and studied English. Or, today was relaxing. I stayed home, watched TV, and rested. Or, today was busy but productive. I worked on a project and finished it.
Please tell us in the comments. Write a short answer and practice your English with us.
So please share your answer. We'd really love to read it.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We hope this lesson helps you talk about your day with confidence.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and click the subscribe button and the little bell. That way, you won't forget to join us for our next lesson.
You are all great students, and we're very happy to learn with you. Keep practicing. Remember, every day is a story worth telling in English.
Yes, don't be afraid to share your day. Your stories are beautiful and unique.
Have a wonderful day, evening, and night, wherever you are.
Take care. Keep learning and keep speaking English.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. See you in the next lesson.